Hello, my name is Ms. Disha Adhani, and today we'll continue with our subject impression management. In our last lecture, we saw what is impression management, what is definition of impression management, and motives of impression management. In this, we'll study strategies of impression management. Strategies of impression management means the techniques or different kind of tactics and strategies used to create an impression in front of someone. It has various different skill sets that we apply to create a favorable impression. These techniques make you look positive, hardworking, and a person that has knowledge and aptitude for given set of work. Okay, strategy means what? What kind of techniques we are using for creating an impression in front of someone. It is just simple meaning. It is just very simple that we are using some kind of strategy. We are using some kind of plan to create a particular kind of impression in front of particular person. Okay, so why do we do this? Why do we use a plan, or why do we use strategies to create an impression? Is because we want particular person to think that we are hardworking. We want a particular person to think that we are good looking. We want particular person to think that we are of positive mindset. Okay, this does not mean that we are faking it. Okay, it is not necessarily faking it, but it can be sometimes exaggerating it. Okay, sometimes we like to exaggerate ourselves so that we look good, we look positive, we look hardworking, we get the first good impression that we want to give to the particular persons. Okay, so let's see what are strategies of impression management. First, number one is ingratiation. Ingratiation is a psychological technique in which an individual attempts to influence another person by becoming more likable to their target. Okay, this is a psychological technique. What we are trying to do, we are trying to influence someone else by how we are going to do that, by showing the skill sets that are particularly interested in. Okay, example, let's take with an example ahead. Let's take an example. A particular person, the person X, likes the people who are good with English speaking. Okay, so if you want to impress the person X, you will try to communicate in English and fluent English in front of that person. So this is nothing but ingredient, choosing the skill sets that front person would like or would create a good impression and using those in front of those people. Okay, it can be defined as a class of strategic behavior designed to influence a particular another person concerning the attractiveness of one's personal qualities. It is used to gain some kind of reward or prevent from some kind of negative consequence, or to cultivate respect or approval from the target. Okay, here why do we do this? Okay, what are we doing? We are using particular skill sets that front person would like to have in us, and we are showing that skill sets to them. Okay, a person, example, let's take another example. A person likes the people who are soft speaking, so we speak very softly in front of that person. There's nothing but ingredient. Okay, why does it use this technique? Why is it used? This strategy, why is it used? Is to get some kind of reward, or to prevent from some negative consequence, or to cultivate respect or approval from particular target. This is usually used during our first impression. Okay, when we are trying to meet first person, and usually during job interviews and places like that, where we want to create a good impression, where we want to show that we are talented people, where we are skillful people. And if you're going for job interview, let's say example of job interview. So when you go for job interview, you make sure that you speak in good English, you sit properly, you have all those manners and etiquettes that needs to be followed during a job interview. What will that do? That will create a impression on the job interviewers that you are skillful person, that you have knowledge of how to behave in corporate world, and that will give you more chance of getting the job. Okay, so why do we do this? To get some kind of reward or prevent from some negative consequences. In case of negative consequence, you can say that, let's take a cute little example of a dog. Okay, a dog has done some kind of mischief, and he knows his owner is going to scold him. So what he does, he starts he starts playing mischievously with his owner, or he tries to make some puppy eyes so that he can be prevented from getting any kind of punishment. Okay, this ingredient is working in every part of the world. Okay, it is not just only corporate thing. Okay, you do this in daily basis work also, in daily basis life also. Sometimes our mom is angry with us, so we try to do some things that she would like so that her anger would go away. Okay, this is nothing but ingredient. Example: praise your colleagues for their accomplishments so they will consider you as a nice person. Okay, here what are we doing? We are telling our colleagues that, oh, you did such a great work, congratulations, or well done bro, and all these stuff like this, so that they consider you as a good person and your impression in front of that people become good. Okay, there's nothing but basic ingredient. Next is intimidation. Intimidation means what? You are trying to show your power and you're trying to say front person that if you don't do this you will face the consequences of that thing. Okay, intimidation is one of the power oriented impression management strategy. Intimidation is intentional behavior that would cause a person of ordinary sensibilities to fear injury or harm. It is not necessary to prove that behavior was so violent as to cause mean terror or that victim was actually frightened. Okay, intimidation means what? You're trying to show your power. Okay, by the showcase of power you're trying to show that I am powerful, you are weak, or I am powerful, you need to be careful ahead. Okay, or I am powerful, you have to listen to me. These are things that are done by our senior people. Okay, in an office the senior manager does this thing. Okay, example, let's take an example. The senior manager over here says, gives an intimidation or gives a warning to the junior, or you say the trainee, to do his work properly or he would be fired. There is nothing but intimidating. Okay, intimidating means what? You are trying to tell the future consequences if the work is not done properly. You are trying to show some negative kind of effect if the particular person doesn't do whatever is in your favor, or whatever you like to do, that person you want that person to do. Okay, it is used to construct and identify the outlining using threatening statements or power tact. It is mostly used by higher authorities like senior managers and human resource managers. It is given over here that it is telling you that you should know your limits. You shouldn't go outside of this. You shouldn't do out behind this. Okay, the limits are told to you so that you have to overcome those limits and be careful in whatever you do ahead. Okay, the front person, whoever is you are intimidating, the front person, he should know his limits and that person should work accordingly. Here you are trying to use your power. Okay, like let's say example of goons come to a particular person's house and they take some kind of bribe and all these things. This is nothing but intimidating. Okay, you give me some kind of money or else we'll harm your family or we'll take your house from yourself. This is nothing but intimidating. Okay, so next we'll study supplication. It is the act of asking for something humbly. Supplication means what? You're getting some supply, you're getting some help from someone. Okay, this impression management strategy more often is used successfully by people with less power, with low status positions, and particularly when someone's confidence is called into question. Supplication as an art of looking confident for a greater gain without permanently damaging one's reputation. Supplication means what? Asking for help. Okay, a junior asks for help from his superior when he is not sure about things. Okay, this technique can be used so that you are looked vulnerable but not a stupid person. Okay, if suppose a supervisor tells you to do some kind of job and you are not sure how to do that, so when you ask for help when you humbly ask for help, that at that moment you are seen vulnerable rather than stupid or unknowledgeable. Okay, here what are you trying to do? You're trying to get some assistance so you don't look stupid or you don't don't look like a failure kind of a person. Okay, let's see an example. Act like you need assistance so people will help you out. Where you feel you cannot do your best, at that moment you are asking for help, that is nothing but supplication. Okay, this is usually done by lower status people who have less power. Okay, means you like example would be trainees, then another would be who have come for temporary jobs. These people ask for help so that they know what kind of help, what kind of structure is in the organization, or how a particular thing is done in the organization, so that they learn and they grow with the organization. Okay, next we'll study self promotion. Self promotion means what? Doing your own praise from your own mouth. Okay, a person uses self promotion to call attention to their abilities or accomplishment because they want audience to see as compliment. Self promoters make plan to motivate others to see them as a compliment. Users of this impression management strategy will give positive performance. Okay, what is given in this? Self promotion means what? You are promoting yourself. Okay, you are praising yourself. You are saying, I did the particular thing this so well. I completed a task in 4 hours when it was told me to complete in 6 hours. So what are you trying to do? You're trying to bring attention of other people on the good qualities or good skill sets that you have. Okay, it highlights one of one's best qualities, downplaying one's deficit and calling attention to one's achievement. In this, what we are trying to do, we are trying to show our positive sides. We are trying to show what we can do better, what we can do best. Okay, so what does that create? That creates an image that you are a good person, that you are a skillful person, and it kind of hides your deficits. It hides your things that you are not very good at. Okay, when you praise a particular thing, when you praise yourself, I am very good at this, I am very good at that, I am very good at this, what does that do? That creates a superficial layer of or impression that you are a very smart person, but things that you are not good in, that is hidden behind it. Okay, you are trying to create an image, a positive image about yourself through self promotion. Example, let others know that you are valuable to the organization. Example, a salesperson is doing sales every day, and he is saying that he is every day saying, I did 10,000 sales today, I did 20,000 sales today, I did 15,000 sales today. Every day, or you on frequent basis, that person is promoting himself or herself, so that the organizations, you can say manager, the shopkeeper, would notice that he is doing some kind of work. Our total whatever is a different thing, whatever whole skill sets he has is a completely different thing, but what he is doing, he is promoting himself by showing what kind of how much number of sales he is doing, or how much amount of sales he is doing every day. Okay, next we'll see exemplification. Exemplification means to create an impression of moral worthiness. It is one of the important strategies classified as power-oriented through exemplification strategy. It will create an identity of dedication, sacrifice, commitment, and moral worthiness. Furthermore, the exemplifier often wants other people to know how hard he or she has been working because they need to advertise their behavior. Exemplification, in simple words, means what? To exaggerate or to do a little bit more than what is required. Okay, let's go with an example to understand this exact meaning of the concept. Example, arrive at work early to look dedicated. So what are these people doing? They try to do something extra. Exemplification means what? Doing some kind of extra work so that they come under the limelight. Okay, they come under the focus, and they can be seen as dedicated people, they can be seen as sacrificing people for the organization. Okay, you arrive early in the organization, even though you leave late, you leave on time, but you arrive 15 minutes or half an hour early on in the organization before everyone arrives. So what everyone will think, oh, this person has come early, means he or she would be a hardworking person. Okay, so this is how you create an impression that you are a hardworking person, that you can do extra work for the organization. How much you do, how much you don't do, that is another question. But what is the point over here? We are creating an impression. What kind of impression you are creating over here? That you are willing to do extra, and that you are doing extra than what is required in the from the particular job. Okay, let's take another example. Would be overtime or working on Sundays or not taking holiday days. Okay, these all show that you are dedicated to your work and that you are dedicated to the organization and faithful to the organization. That will create a good image in front of your supervisor, in front of the manager under whom you are. Okay, this is how you try to do something extra and you try to create a good image for yourself in the organization. Okay, thank you.